welcome to another edition of SparkCast. I am your host, Lee, and today is Sunday, May 17th, 2009. So, what's the big idea with sodium? We're told to watch it, but it's easier to find Waldo. Some of the foods with the highest amount of sodium are foods that you'd never expect to even have sodium. But sodium's just salt, right? Wrong. Sodium is not simply table salt. Table salt is actually sodium chloride, while sodium is the natural element. Although table salt does include high amounts of sodium, don't be fooled that it's your only source of sodium. Almost every food you consume will have at least a tiny amount of sodium. If you're having trouble losing weight, sodium could easily be a culprit. Studies have found that excess sodium intake can increase the mass of your fat cells. You may have heard that people are born with a certain number of fat cells, and as we gain weight, those fat cells don't multiply, they simply get larger. The problem is that once they're big, it's extremely difficult to make them small again. These expanded cells end up acting like a loose net for fat. Sodium can actually make those nets bigger, forcing them to catch more fat instead of letting it pass. People with high sodium levels also look heavier than they ought to. This is because when our bodies have elevated sodium levels, it triggers us to hold on to any excess water we can, thinking that we're being dehydrated. High sodium intake is responsible for much more than that. Hypertension is a big concern for people with high sodium intake because it's directly related to heart health. Hypertension, or high blood pressure, means that your heart has to work harder to perform daily functions. Many times, this results in coronary heart disease, heart attack, or even stroke. Most health authorities suggest limiting sodium between 15 and 2,400 milligrams a day. The body only needs about 400 to 800 milligrams of sodium today to function. Yet most Americans eat closer to 3,500 milligrams a day. A single meal at a fast food joint can easily contain well over 1,000 milligrams of sodium. One easy way to cut back on sodium is to try to eliminate table salt from your diet completely. If you still enjoy that salty flavor, try using sea salt, as it has about 40% less sodium than regular iodized salt. There are also no salt and light salt options, which contain other types of salts. Look for low sodium foods and be sure to check labels. You'll be surprised to see the sodium in the foods you would have never expected to have sodium. This has been another edition of SparkCast, and this concludes our second season. Thank you for watching.